Hey guys, I just wanted to make a little video here about something. I've had people in the past ask me before, and it comes up kind of often about, especially newer gun owners and stuff, about buying used guns. There's some guys that will swear by that they won't buy a used gun, and there's some guys like me that don't care. And let me give you some of the reasons why. And there's a uniqueness when it comes to firearms and warranties and things like that. So let me first off tell you. Number one, when I look at a used gun, there's a lot I can tell without firing the gun, but I can't tell everything. So there is a possibility that I could look at a semi-automatic and I could function check it, or a revolver, and I could do all these things, and I could take this gun then to the range, and there is something wrong with this gun. That is a possibility. But here is the thing that's unique with firearms. Most all modern American firearm companies have a warranty. Smith & Wesson is known to be pretty good with warranty. Now you'll probably get guys in the comments below that'll give you stories about, warranty things, but I have some stories of my own about warranty things that I've used. What's unique is the warranty follows the firearm, not the original purchaser on most guns, and the warranty doesn't run out. You can't try to do this with a PlayStation or a TV or a computer or anything. You're never going to be able to pay enough money for them to say, we'll guarantee this for life. They're not going to do it. But with guns, it's kind of a unique situation. So I've also had the occasion before to buy a firearm that somebody told me, hey, there's something wrong with this gun. And I think I bought it for $200. One time I bought a Glock, okay, and I think this was the one that was $200. I bought a Glock 23. And the guy told me it keeps jamming, doesn't know what's wrong with it. He bought it used. And when I first looked at the gun, I was going to buy it no matter what for $200. When I first looked at the gun, the magazines were marked 1 and 2. I think there was 3 of them, and they had writing on them. And I was like, yeah, this gun's been used a lot. Most times, if you find guns with magazines that are marked, that gun has been used a lot, or it's like a law enforcement trade-in or something like that. So the first thing I did when I looked at this gun was, after I kind of looked on the inside, I popped the magazine, and I took the magazine and I pushed the follower in with my finger, and I could tell that the tension was wrong. I could tell right off the bat the tension. It was way weaker than what it should be. It was so easy for me to push in. It was easier than it should have ever been. So I do go to shoot this gun. It does malfunction. It won't feed right. It'll fire the round perfectly, and the round ejects, but it will not feed right. It will not feed right. I went and got 2 new magazines, and I directly went and I ran 80 rounds through both magazines without one hiccup. It was the magazines that were the problem. So that was what was wrong with that gun. There's guys out there that, even if there is a warranty, there's guys out there that will not mess with it. They just don't want to mess with the hassle or anything to do with calling companies. There's guys out there that have no idea that there's warranties on guns like this, or if they buy it used, they have no idea that there's warranties. I could have sent that gun, that Glock 23, back to Glock with the magazines. Glock would have went over every part of that gun, replaced all the springs, and then would have replaced the magazine springs and sent it back to me with only me paying for shipping and all that. But I fixed it on my own. So when I look at used guns, I don't ever really look at a gun with the mindset of, this is probably broken. I just kind of do some function tests. I look at what I can, and I don't think I've ever had something that that was wrong in doing this all these years. So I wouldn't worry about buying anything used. Now, if you want to buy something used and you don't feel confident carrying it until you go try it out, I understand that. You could do that, but it's not something I would really worry about. And I've bought several over my lifetime. I've bought several guns used, and because it's easy. We don't have to go through a lot of hassle here in this state. It's easy to do, and get a better deal than what it could be new. Sometimes it's more, because it might be a gun that you can't find, or that they're sold out, or is hard to get. Then you might actually pay more on the used market than you do the new market. But when it comes to used guns, guys, I really don't worry too much. There's a lot of guys out there that love guns and shoot guns, but they don't really understand the mechanics of guns. So like the person that sold me the $200 Glock 23 had no idea to start with the magazines and go from there like I was going to do. I would have went magazines, then I would have looked at the extractor, then I would have looked at the ejector, and I would have just went point by point by point. If it was something that was impossible, then I would have went back to Glock, and that would have been the end of it. But there's a lot of guys that love guns and love to shoot, but they have no idea when something pops up where to start looking for that problem. So you can get a good deal. What I tell people is don't worry about buying a used gun. A gun is a commodity that guys buy, and if they're ever in a pinch or need money, they know it's going to be one of the easiest things to sell that they have to get a good solid return back on their money. Even if they don't get what they paid, they will get a better return than selling their laptop that they bought 4 years ago, and paid a lot of money for. That laptop's not going to be worth very much, right? So guns and ammo are something that guys know that there's a commodity in. So if you cut yourself off from buying used guns, you are really doing a disservice to yourself as far as what you could possibly get and the deals that you could get. You're going to cut yourself out of all that, and I just wouldn't do that just over the risk of you thinking you might get something that doesn't work properly. So that's my thoughts on it, guys. Let me know what you think. Till next time, this is DOF, and I'm out.